Hey everyone, this is James from Brewing Books, and this is a box with the map of Middle-earth on it. Yep, the Lord of the Rings Deluxe Slipcase edition. So, without any further words, let's open this up. So, if you've checked out my latest video review, you would have seen my unboxing of the standard hardback edition of The Lord of the Rings. And I've already gone into how I think that was a very wonderful release, and most probably the definitive single-volume illustrated version of the book. But how does it compare with this version, which is being labelled as the Deluxe Slipcase edition? And my oh my, look at this thing. So first off, we can notice the same motif as with the standard edition being replicated here on the cover, with the Eye of Sauron and the One Ring inscription around this cutout over here. So that once we pull out the book from this quite sturdy slipcase, we get the same design on this beautiful black-red color scheme. Tolkien's signature is also reproduced down here, and we can see the gold foil markings along the ribbed spine and front and back covers too. Now, this deluxe edition is quarter-bound in cloth and red leather, which further emphasizes the importance of this epic work. And I think the finishing touches on this are truly spectacular. So, first impressions? Well, I'm impressed. I mean, I'm really loving this super cool color scheme and overall layout. So, just to refresh everybody's memory, this is what the standard hardback edition looks like, and without the dust jacket. It's good to point out that this deluxe slipcase edition does not contain a dust jacket, given it has its own slipcase naturally. An interesting fact, when HarperCollins actually broke out the news of these two releases back in March, they had pointed out that this deluxe version would be limited to 5,000 or 6,000 copies worldwide. It seems that such was the demand for this edition that I believe they have actually removed any mention of this limit. So feel free to enjoy it. So now let's open the book and see what's inside. We have one of two fold-out maps of Middle-earth here, the first being this, and the second one at the back, which we will have a look at in a moment. Besides being a deluxe edition, this is being marketed as containing special features unique to this edition. And in fact, here we find a beautiful rendition of what is known as the King's Letter. The text, written in the Elvish language of Sindarin in the Tengwar script, was part of a discarded epilogue idea in The Lord of the Rings, in which King Elessar sends this letter to be included in the book. This card here reproduces the text, which is famously the longest sample we have of the Sindarin language, and at the back we have some background information and a transcript of what it says. So once again, as with the standard edition, this contains the complete text, which has been fully corrected and reset, and is reproduced in red and black. An interesting feature are the pages edged in gold, which differs from the ring inscription design found on the standard edition. Now this is odd. The pages seem to be stuck together somehow, and if you actually take a closer look and listen, ugh, that really doesn't sound good. I'm guessing the book needs some proper paper shifting to set loose any sheets that might have gotten stuck together. It's honestly not a nice way to discover this in a new book, and also there's some serious disparity in the colors of the pages I'm noticing. I mean, look at this, some are white and others are very yellow by contrast. I mean, I honestly can't say I'm an expert on paper printing, but I find it hard to believe that an expensive edition would allow something like this to actually happen. Now, the 30 color illustrations, maps and sketches as drawn by Tolkien himself are also included here. Now, some have commented on the fact that the term illustrations is quite a bold claim, given that the majority of illustrations are really just sketches or drafts. And I agree to a certain extent, though as I've already expressed in the last video, there's something very fascinating by the fact that such work is being actually accompanied by the author's drawings, whether they're fully composed paintings or just pencil markings. I think it gives the book extra weight and authority in that you have between these covers as comprehensive a book as it can be. Mentioning illustrations, included are also facsimile prints of the 3 Book of Mazarbul leaves, and unlike the standard edition version, these have been neatly packaged in this small envelope and have actually been produced as book leaves, complete with paper tear and weathering. Just astonishing. So all in all, that's it for this book. I must say the publishers have really outdone themselves with this edition. It's a real pity that there is that issue with regards to the paper sticking to each other because of the gold edge and also the coloring of the pages. But onto the pressing questions at hand, which I'm sure many of you are asking. Which one is better and which one should you go for? Well, I still stand by my claim that this is quite the costly choice, given that there's an equally superb edition already available in the form of this standard edition. So why shouldn't one settle for this standard edition rather than the deluxe version? True, the presentation of the deluxe has the edge over its standard counterpart, besides certain technical publication issues. And except for the slipcase and front-back covers, there's really no significant difference between the two. On the other hand, some people have complained that the inclusion of the ring inscription on the page edges in the standard version look a little too odd or childish and would much rather prefer the gold-edged take on the deluxe. And I have to agree with those people. I think this looks much more professional and appropriate to the book in question. If you're looking for a, so to speak, cheaper edition and don't mind the ring inscription that much on the side, then definitely go for this standard edition. I mean, it's pretty awesome in itself and I highly recommend it. As to the deluxe edition, I have to mention once again those technical publication issues, and I'd only suggest it to those keen Tolkien collectors who just want to complete their multiple Lord of the Rings collections. This was a tough choice. So anyways, thank you folks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.